Hey everybody, it's Justin here, aka Demonic Sweaters. Today I've got a custom drum build for you guys that I wanted to share that I've been working on for a little while, and it's sitting here behind me. I'll show you a better angle on the screen up here. But anyway, what this basically is a Tama Club Jam Mini kick drum and snare drum. And the finish that I got is a red, it's the red glitter finish. I can't remember what they call it, cherry red or something like that. But they don't make the Tom add-on pack for the Club Jam Mini in this finish for some reason. They make it in every other finish, but not this one. So I tried to special order one from Tama a few months, well actually it was about a year ago, and that actually didn't work out. It took a really long time to find out that they just weren't gonna do it, and so I ended up just building my own add-on pack here. Basically what this is, the rack tom that you see is a 10-inch Sonar Force 2000 tom, which has like the long lug hardware on it. And it's like kind of a wine red. It doesn't totally match, but it doesn't really look that bad either. The floor tom is actually a vintage pearl fiberglass red glitter floor tom. It's a 13-inch, 13 by 9. And I just added some floor tom legs to it, and I got this one on reverb. And these mutes that you see on here, these are really cool. These are custom made by a seller on reverb named Drum Bunny. I believe that's what they're called, but I'll post their link down below. And they're very affordable, and they just look really cool, and they do a really good job with the mutes. And for the cymbals, what I'm using here is a really interesting setup. This ride cymbal right here is a very rare ride cymbal. I've actually never seen another one of these. This is a camber flat ride. Now, flat rides, you may know, are usually made by Paiste and Zildjian, and actually even Sabian makes them. But I've never seen a camber one. And this actually is not brass, this is nickel silver, which happens to be one of my favorite alloys for cymbals. And I just got this, and I saw it on eBay, and the person who was selling it wasn't even really a drum seller normally. They're just like one of those collectible sellers. And I feel like they really didn't even know what they had. And I just found it to be really interesting and really cool. And I think it sounds great too. Just a really cool flat ride sound. This crash over here is a Vader. You might have seen my video on new Vader cymbals. These are another West German cymbal that was made in the 70s and 80s. And these were actually designed by Paiste, I found out. I used to think maybe they weren't, but they actually were. But this one in particular is a 16-inch. Oh, and I forgot to mention this is a 20-inch over here. But this is a 16-inch, and it is brass. It actually sounds really good for brass, I think. It's, it has a decent amount of sustain somehow. I don't really know how, but it does. But I wasn't looking for something super loud anyway for this setup. As you can see, I'm using the mutes on here, and I kind of liked, just kind of having a more muted sounding setup, which brings me to the hi-hats, which I've had for a little while now, and I've talked about these in some other videos. These are some camber brass hi-hats, the very old 1960s or 70s versions with the black, like rounded camber logo on them. And I just think these things sound really cool. They're very light. The bottom one is about, I think it's around 800 grams, and the top one is about 700 grams. And they just have a really cool, dark, washy sound that I like a lot. Overall, I'm really pleased with what I got here and how it turned out. And what I'm going to show you guys, I just recorded basically with 3 microphones. I have an SM57 on the batter side of the kick drum, which also gets some bottom snare and some floor tom, and then one Tascam TM82 dynamic mic as an overhead. And then back there I've got a Pile, one of those retro looking Pile mics. I can't remember the model number of it, but I have it basically pointed at the wall as a room mic. And yeah, so I think it sounds really cool. And I'll show you guys a little bit of just playing the drums, and I'll show them with and without the mute so you guys can hear what they sound like using this setup. So anyway, here we go. right, so that's my little Tama Club Jam Mini custom setup. Personally, I kind of like it with the mutes on it. I have my other drum kit over there. It's a Ludwig that, I play wide open. And this one, I really like the combination of the mutes, all the dead drums with kind of the, the old, dull, kind of dead sounding cymbals. I think it sounds really cool. It's a nice vibe. And yeah, I'm just really happy with it. I think it looks really cool. And it's a lot of fun to play. Little drums are like easy to move around on, like you can kind of fly around on a little drum kit a lot easier than you can on a big drum kit. Not that I'm the fastest drummer in the world, but it's a lot easier on the limbs. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day.